Good evening and welcome to Across the Goal Line. I'm Luke Godissart. Today is Monday, May 22nd, 2017. Today I'm going to be talking some NASCAR again, pretty much weekly. So I'll give you the information about the latest NASCAR race and then the next one to come up on the schedule. Also, the Preakness Stakes was this past Saturday. I'll tell you who won that as well. And then WWE had a couple events this past weekend. First, on Saturday night, NXT Takeover Chicago was a great pay-per-view. And then last night, WWE Backlash was also from Chicago, Illinois. I'll tell you the results of that as well. But first, be sure to like us on Facebook. Follow at ATGL 16 on both Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at ColehandLuke96 and then on Instagram as well at L Godissart, Godissart 96 on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and email at acrossthegoalline 2016 at gmail.com if you have any questions or concerns, just so you can stay up to date with all the content that we're putting out nowadays. We could be put out content. If you didn't see the big announcement video a couple weeks ago, we could be putting content out to our listeners 7 days a week. So just be sure to follow us on social media and whatnot, so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. So as I said, I'm going to tell you who won the NASCAR All Star race on Saturday night, give you my predictions for the Coke 600 this upcoming Sunday night, or the day before Memorial Day. The Preakness was this past Saturday. I'll get into that just a tad, and then WWE NXT Takeover Chicago and WWE Backlash were this past weekend. So I'll start out with NASCAR. The All Star race, as I said, was this past Saturday night. It was won by Kyle Busch. Picked up technically a win this year. Doesn't really count towards the season because it's the All-Star race. But he did go home with $1 million, so I'm sure he's pretty happy about that. I know I would be. But $1 million is now in Kyle Busch's bank account. He should be the favorite come Sunday night for the Coke 600, which is also from Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina, just because of the All-Star win this past Saturday night. But I don't know what Vegas has to say about that. I haven't looked at what the odds are, who is the favorite at the moment to win that race come Sunday night. As I say, he should be the favorite, though. I don't think he'll win, though. It's a long race. It's the longest race of the year. 600 miles, 400 laps, I believe. It's a mile-and-a-half track. I'm going to take somebody, though, who I really, really like. He's my favorite driver. I'm actually surprised. You guys are probably surprised as well. I'm not wearing any of his gear at the moment, but with Memorial Day coming up, and this is probably the last time I'll be on before Memorial Day, aiming next Thursday, June 1st, to do the next video, but things could change. I could do a video before that, but at the moment, this is probably the last time I'll be on Facebook Live for Across the Goal Line before Memorial Day. So thank you to all the military members that have served, that have passed away in the line of duty or outside the line of duty. Thank you for everything that you have done for our country. But back to NASCAR. Jimmie Johnson, he is second in. I'm pretty sure he has the most wins this year. He has 4 wins, three or four wins. I should be on top of that because he's my favorite driver, but I'm not. Oh well. But Darrell Waltrip, he has the most wins at this track for the Coke 600, the first Charlotte race of the year, the day before Memorial Day, with 5. Jimmie Johnson has 4. Johnson also has 4 wins during the fall race in Charlotte in the middle of October. He actually won last October as well. So he could also be a favorite going in. I think he'll pick up the win. and with that win, it would be his fifth win, excuse me. So he would tie DW, the great Darrell Waltrip, for the most wins for the Coke 600. So I'm going to take Jimmy Johnson to win this Sunday night at the Coke 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Also said at the beginning of the show, I'm going to talk a little bit, just a tad, because I really didn't watch any coverage before the race of the Preakness. I mean, they have it on all day, but really there's nothing to, sit there, and there's no reason to sit there and watch it all day long just for a less than a 2-minute race in horse racing. But Always Dreaming was the favorite going in. He won at the Kentucky Derby a couple weeks ago, but he got beat. Cloud Computing actually won, but Classic Empire edged out Always Dreaming, coming down the backstretch to the finish line. But then Cloud Computing, who ended up winning, as I just said, edged out Classic Empire by a nose to win the 142nd Belmont Stakes. I don't know if I'll be doing any coverage, giving you guys any results or preview for the Belmont, which is on June 10th. But just because there's not going to be a Triple Crown winner this year, with Always Dreaming losing at the Preakness this past weekend after winning the Kentucky Derby a few weeks ago, I don't think I will. But you just never know. So I still might. That's a couple weeks away from now, though, so I could change my mind. But without further ado, now I'm going to move into some wrestling content, some WWE. I always like to talk WWE here on the show. NXT Takeover Chicago was this past Saturday night from Chicago, Illinois, from the Allstate Arena, and then you had Backlash actually last night, this past Sunday night. I don't know when you guys will be watching this. I'll have it uploaded to YouTube, but you could see this a couple weeks from now. So, as I said earlier in the show, today's May 22nd. So last night, May 21st, the weekend of the 19th, 20th, and 21st, was WWE Takeover Chicago and WWE Backlash. So Takeover Chicago and Backlash were both great shows, I thought. First match for Takeover was Roderick Strong and Eric Young. These guys have been going at it for a while. Roderick Strong ended up picking up the win, but I think this could be the end of these two going head-to-head for the time being. You see in WWE, though, all the time, they put guys, back together all the time to face off against one another. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are a perfect example up on the main roster at the moment. They are best friends in real life, and one's a heel and one's a babyface up on the main roster, and they got to go at each other one time or another. But I think the Roderick Strong Eric Young feud is over for the time being, but Strong did pick up the win. Pete Dunne won his first title in the WWE. He won the United Kingdom Championship over the champion Tyler Bate, who won it back when WWE had the United Kingdom tournament a couple months ago. I really don't know a whole lot about these guys, just because I really don't watch any wrestling overseas. These guys have been on NXT lately, though. I have been watching that, but they really don't show a whole lot. They just, their match and maybe a little backstage interview or whatnot. But maybe we'll see these guys up on the main roster here sooner rather than later. To get the United Kingdom Championship on the main roster rather than NXT. But who knows what WWE is going to do. So Pete Dunne defeated Tyler Bate on Saturday Night Takeover. Asuka retained her NXT Women's Championship over Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross. I picked Nikki Cross in this matchup, mainly because I picked Eric Young to beat Roderick Strong, which he didn't. I had said the winner of that match should be the new #1 contender, but who knows if that's going to happen, because in the next match, Bobby Roode defeated Hideo Itami. I think Itami will, get a rematch, but they could throw Strong or Eric Young in there as well, and make it a triple threat or a fatal four-way during NXT, or at the next pay-per-view for the NXT brand. So we'll have to see, but Asuka retained, and so did Bobby Roode. The Authors of Pain did as well. They defeated DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa actually turned heel on Gargano at the end of the match. These guys are more than likely done in NXT, I think, just because they've been down there a while. They did have a big NXT title run, lasted over 100 days before dropping the titles at NXT Takeover San Antonio the night before the Royal Rumble to the Authors of Pain, who have held it since. But I think the reason why they broke these guys up is they'll be bringing up the main roster, but they'll be as singles competitors rather than as a tag team. I think they go over well as a tag team, though, up on the main roster if they're on SmackDown, because SmackDown's tag teams are flat out awful, if you ask me. The New Day will be appearing maybe tomorrow night, I heard, but we'll have to see about that. Kofi Kingston has been injured, but one of the matches at Backlash, though, was the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. The Usos retained over Breezango, the Fashion Police, as some people like to call them. I agree with Cory. I don't know if you saw Cory's video. Their Fashion Files, the Law and Order spinoff thing that they did, it was hilarious, I thought. I agree. Like I said, I agree with Cory on that. So I think if they would have brought DIY up as a tag team, they would have been fine. But they still could in time. But as of now, they're split up, and more than likely going their own separate ways when they come up on the main roster. The pre-show match, though, for Backlash, the next night, last night, Sunday night, Ty Dillinger defeated the singing Aiden English. I really didn't care for this match. I did watch the whole pay-per-view, though, but it was only a pre-show match, and it's between two guys that I really don't care for. I really don't like Ty Dillinger. I don't know why people really like him. I understand the Perfect 10 gimmick is over, but I think it's just flat out stupid. And the same thing with Aiden English. Yeah, I understand he was one part of the Vaudevillains, and then they got split up because they released the other guy, and they had to do something with English now. But Dillinger, he picked up the win. Who knows what they'll do with him? They'll probably just have him job and get over on some guys, in the time being. But who knows? The first match to kick off the main card for Backlash, Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler. I had thought this match when I woke up Sunday, going into Backlash, I had thought this match probably would kick off the show. Shinsuke would come out first. Ziggler did because he's the heel, just to get the fans riled up there some. And match won about 20 minutes. Nakamura picked up the win. Hopefully they do something with him. I don't want to see him up on the main roster and just, he's over with the fans, but I don't want to see, them screw him over and, have him be like the next Jimmy Wang Yang or something like that. As I said, the Usos defeated Breezango, the Fashion Police, for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Singles match, Sami Zayn defeated Baron Corbin. I really didn't care for this match either. It was alright. It could have been better, but Sami Zayn defeated Corbin. They need to do something with him. Money in the Bank's coming up. Maybe they have him win the Money in the Bank briefcase to possibly cash in and win a championship, the WWE Championship, within the next year. So we'll have to see about that. And then the only women's match on the night, rather than two that they had during WrestleMania, because well, WrestleMania, Raw and SmackDown are combined. The welcoming committee, Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina defeated Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch unexpectedly. I really didn't care for this match last night either. I don't even know if I picked it last week, to be honest with you, last Thursday when I was on, but the welcoming committee picked up the win. Kevin Owens retained his United States Championship over AJ Styles, the face that runs the place. Well, Kevin Owens is the new face of America. Even though he's Canadian, he's the new face of America. It's just how WWE works. I think he'll keep the U.S. title probably at least until SummerSlam, and then maybe get into the WWE Championship picture. He could even hold this United States Championship the whole way until WrestleMania next year. I would not be surprised if that happened as well. I talked about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens just a bit ago. Maybe they put them two back together and have a feud for that United States Championship if they don't put Shinsuke in the picture for that championship. But we'll have to see about that, because I think AJ will be going to face the WWE champion. I'll tell you that now, whether Randy Orton gets it back because he lost to the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, last night. I think a lot of people were shocked about that. I said last week I wouldn't be surprised if he won, and he did win. Jinder Mahal won. But the thing is, I think they'll have him lose it back to Randy Orton tomorrow night on SmackDown Live. The first SmackDown Live after WWE Backlash 2017. But we'll have to see. So, yeah, Kevin Owens retained over AJ Styles. Luke Harper defeated Eric Rowan in a matchup between two former Wyatt family members. And then the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, defeated Randy Orton, as I just stated. So, that was WWE TakeOver Chicago and Backlash. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please share this video, family and friends, whatever the hell you got to do to get it out there. Retweet our tweets. Share on Facebook, repost the pictures on Twitter. Give us a like on YouTube. Give the video a like. You can like us on Facebook as well, across the goal line. You can follow at ATGL 16 on both Twitter and Instagram as well. You can follow me on Twitter at CoolHandLuke96 and on Instagram at Luke Godissart96. I said a bit ago as well. Next Thursday is when is the date I'm shooting for to film another video here on Facebook Live. That'd be Thursday, June 1st. But I could change my mind and do a video before that. But as of now, that's the day I'm planning on. So that's when I'll see you next time on Facebook Live. I hope everybody has a safe Memorial Day weekend if I don't see you before that. And as I said, I'll see you June 1st right here on Facebook Live.